Clear prop. Okay, so engine is started. We are just going to taxi out of the way so it makes nice noise. So we'll go over here. Oh, the grass has been freshly mown this morning and looks in pretty good condition. Okay, so this is getting near the turning circle. You'll notice here that we can only just turn in that circle. It doesn't have a great turning circle. So to turn it, I need to put a bootload of rudder in and a lot of power. That's another runway off to the right. Ashcroft has 5 runways. So 2 at Heathrow, 5 at Ashcroft. By adding more power there, we get some airflow over the rudder, which helps push the back of the gyro around. Okay, so what wind there is broadly more of a crosswind from the right. Okay, Jamie, are you all happy and good to go?
I am very happy and I'm ready to go.
All right, in that case, just please remember to keep the your legs open if you like, so I can pull the stick back. So we've gone brake to flight, landing lights are on, strobes are on, fuel pump is on, transponder is on, oil temperatures and pressures are all good. So I'm going to engage the pre-rotate. You might have heard a little bit of a hiss. The rotors will gradually start moving. Okay. I'm just going to let that go for 1 sec because I realised I haven't done that. Engage again. There's the squeak I was telling you about.
There we go.
Once they synchronise, once they get at the same speed, that goes, and then you get the rotor sound. Okay, that's all we need. 3,000 motor, 200 motor. Ashcroft traffic, Golf Romeo Oscar is rolling 09, Ashcroft. Okay, so we're in the air, you alright?
I'm absolutely fine, it's incredible.
Okay, good. So I'm just coming a little bit right to avoid flying directly over the farm, because it does make a noise if you go directly overhead. So just the power's gradually coming back. What my traffic display is telling me is that to our right, behind us, I have an aircraft slightly above us. So I'm just moving to make sure he stays. He's going up the low level corridor, so turn around in a sec and I'll show you. Just for the heck of it, let's just go around and have a look. There he is, can you see that aircraft? Yeah. So even though he's behind us, I've got that on my traffic display telling me that he's there. Okay.
It's got a tight turning circle in the air, doesn't it?
Oh, it'll do more than that, but not yet. Okay, so we'll continue on our route, and at this point I'm just going to call them up and tell them I'm changing frequency. If I can remember what Manchester radar is, which is 118580, I think. Yeah, Ashcroft traffic, Golf Romeo Oscar is departing east, changing Manchester radar 118.580 Ashcroft.
Alpha Charlie, A firm, yes, we should be clear of that area, around 1,400.
That's Manchester radar frequency we're hearing at the moment.
Right.
So you can see in the far distance, Jodrell Bank. Can you see it pointing just up?
Yeah.
And that's in the Manchester zone. Okay. So you can see the city of Manchester over there in the distance. So we can't go over there.
I mean, it really is a fantastically clear day, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being really fussy, there's a bit of a haze, but you know, so on a scale of 1 to 10, this is an 8. And most of the time you're at a 5 or a 6. So I have had the odd 9 or 10, but for your first flight, you're doing well. So we're heading due east, so straight for the Peak District, so you can see the land rising in front of us.
What is the range of this with full tanks?
Okay, well the range is governed by flight hours really. So 1 up I can get 4 hours, 2 up it's more like 3.5. With the extra weight you need a higher power setting, it uses more fuel.
Yeah.
So we are currently doing a airspeed of 75 miles an hour, just accelerating up towards about 80. So in still wind conditions, 1 up, 4 times 80, so 320. And, you know, I wouldn't realistically fly that much. I'd be saying 250 or so to give some reserves. However, we are only crossing the ground at the moment at 50 knots. So that's about 56, 57 miles an hour, and that's because we're going directly into the wind.
Yeah.
The wind is about 11 knots, so that's knocking 12, 13 miles an hour off our ground speed. Now, if we were flying the other way, we'd be going 25 miles an hour faster, because the wind is now slowing us down. Going the other way, it would be behind us, pushing us faster. So it makes, in the gyro, the wind makes a huge difference. So at 50 knots, my range is maybe a third less now than it would have been. Makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's like sort of when you fly to America and fly back, it's quicker.
It's an hour quicker, because, well, that's the jet stream, yeah. The view's pretty good though, isn't it?
It really is.
It's like nothing else, really.
It feels remarkably stable.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, like, no hands.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need much. It's got the vibration that you get in any rotor system, and that's constant. But, you know, it's a much more stable ride than a fixed wing would give.
And in spite of there not being very much around you, I mean, it's somehow.
It's what, sorry?
In spite of the fact that there's not a great deal around you in terms of the fuselage, it feels very secure and
yeah, I mean,
it's that feeling of freedom in a way.
Well, I'm glad you feel like that. We might get all the flights done today. Heading over towards the Pennines, we'll head towards Shuttling Slough first. I don't know, do you know the hills around Macclesfield at all?
No, I don't.
Okay, Shuttling Slough is a lovely one to climb, and it's called the Cheshire Matterhorn, and it's easy to spot when you're coming in on a commercial if you ever fly into to Manchester. You've heard then he gave the QNH of 1031. Airspace is 3-dimensional, so it's not just a case of staying this side of it. If I climbed above 3,500 feet now, we'd be in Class A airspace. So we have to stay both laterally clear of it and vertically clear of it. So just every now and again check all my temperatures are all in the greens, which are good. Rotor is exactly in the middle band of where it needs to be, 350. This is quite a famous club that we're flying towards now. It's the Cat and the Fiddle. What do you know about the Dambusters?
Squadron.
So you know about the bouncing bomb and
absolutely.
Well, okay.
Wallace, yes,
Well, if that means something to you, we will do a slight detour to the east and go over the Derwent Reservoirs where they practiced, yeah.
With the bits of wood with nails stuck in as the bomb aimers.
You've got it. Unfortunately, we won't have time to go up to the top, turn around and actually do the bombing run, but we'll fly the other way up. But you still get the same view. How are you doing temperature?
I'm absolutely fine.
Good, because there's absolutely sod all I can do about it now.
Well, exactly. I mean, you know, with the heater on, I'm perfect. I didn't realise we had so many quarries in the UK.
Oh, yeah. Loads in North Wales.
Yeah,
one over there, one there. And then this quarry, we'll just go and fly there because you can see it has got the cobalt blue in it.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know, I think that's copper, I'm not entirely sure.
It's a spectacular colour, isn't it?
It is, it's almost pretty. Just don't look at that bit. So we'll
People are parasailing over top.
Yeah, well, good spot. I was just about to say they do normally on that ridge, but I hadn't seen that guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they have a big event, they no-tam it, so you actually do get a useful notice to airman.
It's too low down there.
Got him, got a whole load of them on the ground. There's a pink one over there.
Yeah.
Good spot. And they do this because this ridge, the wind's coming from that way, so this ridge will cause an uplift of air. Oh, the people climbing that thing, they think they've got a good view.
Yes.
I reckon we beat it. Okay, so what we'll do here, we'll do a little hover. We haven't got the wind to do it properly today. So the power's coming right back. Start a little bit now, and we're descending a little bit, but
We're hovering, aren't we?
well, we're going down more. We're going down more than we would if there was a decent wind. There isn't a decent wind, so in a decent wind you can hover, and you can actually fly backwards.
I went to a small fixed wing plane many years ago, and I've been a few helicopters and skydiving. I would say this is probably between skydiving and a helicopter in terms of the feeling of freedom and not having too much around you.
Yeah. Well, there's more in this than there is when you skydive.
Well, yeah.
Okay, let's have some fun. So that's basically the throttle's back to idle, so that's effectively, we're not falling out of the sky, are we? We're just descending, which is exactly what I want us to do.
This is just under its own steam, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So what's driving the rotors now? There's forward airspeed, but there's also we're going down, so. Broadly the height that they would have been doing it at.
Yeah. In a Lancaster.
In a Lancaster, yeah. At night.
Oh, that's the other thing, isn't it? At night, yeah. This is exhilarating and fun.
Yeah, well, it works for me.
Yeah, it's more manoeuvrable than I thought.
Oh yeah, yeah. aircraft ahead, 11 o'clock. It's a Cavalon gyro, doing exactly what we've been doing.
So that's the dam they practice on, isn't it?
Yes, the one behind us.
Yeah. The people who lived in that house to our left during the war thinking what on earth's going on.
Yeah. Oh, they would have had a great view of it though.
Yeah. There's actually something quite poignant about flying over here, thinking how many years ago those guys were practicing to do what they were going to do.
Completely. It's a special part of, of the peaks, you know. I mean, how effective they were, it's more the symbolism. It was something we did that, you know, we were taking the fight back and they were incredibly brave.
Well, I think it knocked the German ball bearing production back a few months, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did come back relatively quickly, but it's what we can do if we want to.
Exactly, it was more the morale uplift, I think.
Yeah.
But what we get is a bit of orographic lift there, the wind's blowing over the hill, and that just, obviously the wind has to go somewhere, so it comes up, so we're actually climbing. I'm not doing that, it's pushing us
Oh,
up.
that's the wind doing it.
Yep.
On a commercial flight, I actually quite enjoy turbulence in a strange way.
Blimey, you are weird.
Because it just breaks things up a little bit, because on a long flight it gets a bit boring. Oh, this is exciting.
But I'm not a fan of turbulence, I have to say. There have been times on commercials that I've really I felt a bit uncomfortable. So, yeah, I don't like turbulence, I don't like heights. What am I doing up here?
Like,
So there you go, have a look down the reservoirs. Imagine them coming down here, getting low. Took some skill.
yeah, it's not a straight run, is it?
No, it's not a straight run.
This.
Absolutely not. I'm going to jump onto change frequencies onto Huddersfield. Crosland Moor traffic, Gyrocopter Golf, Uniform India Romeo Oscar is inbound 6 miles to the south, will join downwind left hand runway 07, estimate 5 minutes. Crosland. You're a Top Gear fan.
Yes.
Clarkson and the gang, the proper Top Gear gang, they did an episode here, Huddersfield International Airport. It's from the ancient past, but I remember it being good, but I can't remember the details. I got here once outside the terminal. I thought that's where I recognise it from. So this is the town of Huddersfield. Not my favourite place. I had a car crash there. Probably shouldn't tell you that, as I'm just trying to land. Wasn't my fault. I was in a first gen Mini and was hit by an articulated lorry. I was turning right, he didn't see me turning, thought I was pulling in, tried to overtake me, hit me side on. Wrote the car off.
That was a BMW Mini.
No, that was first gen Mini.
Oh,
that
no,
was
a
British Leyland Mini.
You're lucky because there's not much to that.
Well, when policeman came to see me in hospital to take a statement, and he said, I can't believe that you're alive, never mind, basically uninjured. I was cut and bruised, and that was it.
Yeah, you were lucky.
You see it now, we've got like the hangars here, a few cars, and then there's a strip beyond.
Yes.
But we're going to go around there and then come back.
To be perfectly honest, now you point it out, yes, but I don't think I'd have noticed that if I'd been looking for it.
Yeah, they are hard to spot. It's one of the advantages of a gyro. You know, we fly so slowly. We're doing 71 knots now. It's about 83, 84 miles an hour, but you know, we can go slower. But it's easy to see.
Yeah.
The guy on the phone told me to avoid the first third of the grass strip. So I'm going to aim to land in the second half of that grass bit before the... Crosland Moor traffic. Golf Romeo Oscar is joining crosswind for runway 07 left hand. Crosland Moor. Hey, fuel pump is on, lights are on, strobes are on, altitude is fine. We're at 1,000 feet above ground elevation. Fuel is sufficient, temperatures are all fine, we're on the right frequency, helmet and harness secure. Are you all secure in the back?
I'm all secure in the back.
Thank you. Crosland Moor traffic. Golf Romeo Oscar downwind 07 left hand to land. Crosland Moor. Again, Jamie, in the landing phase, the stick needs to move quite a lot, quite quickly. So if you can just make sure we're clear around.
I'll keep that well clear.
Thank you. See from the windsock that there's quite a crosswind from the right, less of an issue in a gyro. Crosland Moor traffic. Golf Romeo Oscar turning final 07 to land. Crosland Moor. So again, sorry?
I was saying it wasn't so much a landing, it was sort of just gently floated down.
Oh, right, okay, so I took the low rotors, yeah. No, with a decent wind, it's easy to land, to be honest. Okay, so we just wait here until the rotors have stopped, which will take a while.